Following the Bank of England's announcements today during their quarterly forecast that they expect interest rates to remain at their current level at least through 2018 and potentially into 2019, but with the likelihood that they will increase thereafter. Encompassed within that message was also a warning that they believe that they're going to overshoot their inflation rate. With these premonitions of doom and despondency for business, are we indeed facing the perfect storm in business? For those of you who remember, the Perfect Storm film back in 2000 showed a trawlerman who went out to sea with his crew and faced environmental factors which combined to make it the worst storm in living history. Unfortunately, for those of you who have seen the film, you can understand that the crew and the captain came to an unsavoury end. It's my belief that business in the UK is also potentially facing the perfect storm. We are having issues around the Brexit uncertainty, even though Article 50 was triggered yesterday. We have Trump, who's becoming more and more isolationist and is talking about America first in business and everything security. We have production levels which potentially are not gaining momentum and are staying quite static. We have increasing legislation coming in through government concerning wages, the apprenticeship levy, the living wage last year, etc. I believe that all these could combine to make really unsavoury trading conditions for businesses to remain profitable. So what can businesses do to counter the increasing costs liabilities that are coming through business and to try and avoid the perfect storm? They can quite obviously try to drive sales to increase turnover, which would counterbalance some of the additional costs that are coming through. But I believe that what should happen, and part of the normal business cycle, should be to review operating costs. Now, reviewing operating costs doesn't mean an Excel procurement exercise whereby you drive costs through your business in a downwards direction. This can have a short-term effect where you can drive costs down, but ultimately you'll see a longer-term erosion of the business and the supply chain that you've employed. I think that businesses should look at having a holistic approach to their cost base and their operating costs. That holistic view will encompass a review of their supplier base, and that can range from looking at country of origin, where you are trying to repatriate some of your supply base back to the UK, to try and counter some of the currency fluctuations that we encounter, especially since the vote for Brexit. We can also look at supply consolidation, looking at how many suppliers we have across all of the categories and trying to remove a lot of the suppliers from those categories, or even going to the extreme where we're looking at a tail end to be supplied by one supplier, which reduces not only your costs in terms of supply, but also your processing costs at head office. I believe that the majority of procurement departments within businesses have expertise within that industry sector and can operate quite efficiently within those industries. However, that could be quite inward looking, and from my experience operating and working with clients across all different sectors and all across different industries, I find that there are lessons to be learned cross-sector and cross-industry, and by employing external consultants and external procurement assistants, you can get the best of both worlds. Your industry experts, your own procurement department driving the majority of your supply base, and external procurement looking at the non-specific suppliers that you can benefit from getting supply deals that are currently in practice in other industries. So using external procurement process doesn't mean that it's going to cost you more. Actually, it can add greater value.